to another C4 Milk project update. This will be the start of a number of video updates that complement the animal feeding trial the C4 Milk team are currently running here at the UQ-DAF Research Dairy at Gatton. The trial is looking at high forage diet feeding systems and the economics of reducing purchase concentrates. Today I want to explain what we really mean when we say high forage and look at what forages are being used as part of the C4 Milk animal feeding trial.
QDAS has shown the intensification of the Queensland dairy industry has resulted in the cost of purchased feed increasing from 12.6 cents a litre in 2005 and 6 up to 24.2 cents a litre in 2014 and 15, with an increased reliance on purchased protein sources. Over the recent years, data collected by the Dairy DAF team has suggested that industry averages of forage to concentrate ratios in the diet are of 60 to 40%, with some farmers feeding far less than 60% forage as a proportion of the diet. This obviously varies with grazing farms, PMR and TMR farms. However, reliance on purchased concentrates such as the protein meals, pellets, byproducts and grain has become a common thing on dairy farms.
Some of you might be wondering what we actually mean when we talk about forage to concentrate ratio. This really means looking at the proportion of forage, such as silages, pastures, hays or headlages, compared to the concentrates in the diet, such as protein meals, grain, pellets or byproducts that make up the whole diet. As part of Phase 1 in the C4 Milk feeding trial, we are feeding more than 95% forage in the partial mixed ration diet and more than 90% forage in the total mixed ration diet. Forages that make up these diets include high chopped corn silage, soybean silage, white grain sorghum headlage, which is a grain sorghum crop just having the heads actually harvested, lucerne hay and kikuyu pasture. So, what do we really mean when we say high forage diets? As an example, I want to talk you through the first PMR diet that the C4 Milk trial is feeding in Phase 1.
Previous to the animal feeding trial, the UQ Gatton Herd 1 was receiving a partial mixed ration diet of the ingredients you can see here. Soybean meal was fed at 0.8 kilograms per cow per day, canola meal fed at 1.5 kilos, a wheat and barley grain mix fed at 7 kilos per cow per day, 8 kilos of barley silage, 9 kilos of lucerne haylage, 13 kilos of corn silage, and the buckets represent 11 kilos as fed of kikuyu pasture. The forage to concentrate ratio of this particular diet was 62% forage and 38% concentrates, the concentrates being soybean meal, canola meal and grain mix, at a cost of $5.50 per cow per day. As you can see here now, the partial mixed ration diet that is being fed to the trial cows has far less concentrates. 0.2 of a kilo of soybean meal is being fed per cow per day, 0.82 kilos of soybean silage is being fed, grain sorghum headlage is being fed at 10.9 kilos per cow, lucerne hay is being fed at 0.6 of a kilo, high chopped corn silage is being fed at 15 kilos, and as you can see in the background, a far greater amount of kikuyu pasture is being fed at 36 kilos each day. The trial diet has a forage to concentrate ratio of 96% forage and 4% concentrates, as you can see, coming in at a cost of $3.62. You can see that the amount of purchased grain and protein concentrates has been significantly reduced and replaced with high quality forages such as the sorghum headlage and the soybean silage. Now you're probably thinking, how on earth are the cows going to consume all of that material? Well, as we've said, it comes back to quality. High energy feeds with low fibre.
Now you might ask, how are the cows going to milk off such high proportions of forage with minimal to no grain? To ensure that we are achieving the same levels of energy in the cows' diets as the previous diet that had higher amounts of concentrates in it, we need to make sure that we've got the highest quality possible in our feeds when growing and harvesting them, like high starch levels, high protein levels and minimal fibre. For more information, have a look on the web at www.dairyinfo.biz.